You know, last night it was out the window. The video I did was out the window. But he comes up and he scratches up people's shit too, mostly mine. They ain't get my money. They're all caught. He ain't get no money here. And he goes right to, he'll stop there, but he knows I'm following him right now. He wants to go to Wendy's, but if I wasn't behind him, he would have went right beside my car and act like he was gonna go look in the trash can from the outside. Yeah. I was watching that other video, so I couldn't catch him right away. I should have when I saw him coming up the street. But yeah, they don't live here. They live on the freeway, and they come out. These are the ones that look. See, he goes by their windows and says, if these trucks are parked and you guys are getting robbed, these are the motherfuckers up in the hills, up in the freeways. Freeway junkies. They despise me and for no reason, because they're bums, and they despise not only me, they despise all the community, their children, their grandchildren. These people have no mercy, and you don't see them with their grandchildren, their children. You're with your families trying to enjoy your day in your home, and all they do is walk around. And see, I'm gonna tell you, I learned from not to do the same thing, but I was taught things to not to do, but I was taught the also the book of the trade just by watching them and watching how they talk, what they do. But I hate that guy, and because what they do, and I don't know who he is. He's all I know is for years and years and years and years and years he's been homeless. Half these kids have been homeless before they were 18. Parents didn't know what to do with them. They were bums. They didn't want to go to school. They didn't want to do anything. Made excuses for everything. And that's why you can only say hi to them. You can't really do, because if you try to help them, you got to help one that's helps themselves, that you see that they help themselves, and not hate because look at that person, let me try to lift this one up. It's a waste of your money. It's a waste of your money. I've seen people do that with their kids, try to lift them up over the other one, and I'll pay for this and get you ahead and all that. But guess what? That person can't maintain it because the person didn't have to work for it or do anything for it. Even have respect. And that's the most thing. You didn't walk with dignity and respect. But anyways, look at these houses. I don't want to do the guys. But isn't it pretty? They're doing these houses. But these streets are very small. And so it's just too tiny. Look how small these streets are. And so they're beautiful homes, but to me, I'd rather live in a nice, with a little yard, somewhere else, because it's kind of going like this. They're doing apartments and stuff, and when you have small streets like this, and you overcrowd the city too much. But those are going to be homeowners. Those aren't rentals. There's a difference. Those are homeowners. There's probably like a small association. They'll have like somebody come by and just maintenance things. So but anyways, yeah. So that's the start of the day. You guys just gotta watch, who's around, and and these are the people we've helped before. Like walk by here, here's $5. And when you first meet them, but then they're here for years and years and years doing nothing, and it's like there's no way you can make it, like that, even begging for food on a daily basis, because there's times when nobody has money. I've seen these people get barely anything but a little cheeseburger on the way out from a person because they're broke too. They're the ones that have to pay the rent, you know. And these people don't understand. And I'm gonna tell you, you start overly helping someone. You know, I will if somebody first comes in, but I tell them, you know what I tell them? Please don't stay here long. You'll get chased out of here. They don't want this, you know. And, you know, by a certain way, people start calling and complaining, you know. And that's why those guys stay far up and, you know, that's why we always will have tunnel and freeway problems. And so, anyways, but guys throw everything. I just picked up a coil. There's no maintenance shit around, you know. And so, yeah. So that guy, so I'm just walking around right now. I like to go for my small little walks around. My mom used to do that a lot. When in summertime, she used to go to CVS. And they known her for so many years. She lived here for so many years. She used to go to CVS. And when it was so hot, because her landlord's so fucking cheap, he doesn't put air, you know, even those small ones, he doesn't come and fix anything. He knows his mom passed away. His mom had cancer, and now my mom does. He's a cheapskate, and then he needs to take off that glass. If I was to show it to you, you would call him a slumlord. He needs to take off that glass and go, oh no, we're just gonna take this off. And we don't want any more because they took my brother Sherwood's because he's handicapped. If he falls through that glass, she's 86 and there's no bar up on there for to hang on to, because I got in there and I went to turn one day and it was slippery. I didn't fall or anything, but I could tell. I went to barely turn, and because, you know, I skated a long time before, I knew that I was going to have to brace myself. And one of her shower doors, you can't even open or close. That's the one that's furthest to the shower, where the sink would be, you know, all the way to the wall. And then, so, yeah, I would just take it off. Also, you don't have to take off all that meddling or nothing. Just, it's a rental. Take them off, throw them out, and show them how the landlord don't do shit. And then you got housing. Housing should be, they don't even slide the doors in and out. See, I was a property manager, homeowners association, and let's just say this. Just one property alone contained or had or dwelled, there was a dwelling of like 375. Okay, my first year of management, towards the end, I almost had 20 properties. Times that. So very few, you know, small units. I only have one small unit, which maybe 12 or something. And that was in Redondo Beach. But everywhere else, it was there. And I used to have to do property inspection. That's why I look around and stuff. It's just in me to do that. You know, I look at everything. You know, if I had a house, I would want to fix things, you know, or have them fixed, you know. Or if something broke, take it off. And if it's not useful and it's just a facial look, you don't really have to worry about it. But you do have to worry for safety for kids and make sure the water's running. Shit like that. You know, the water heaters, you know, gutters. It's going to start raining, you know. And you got to go up there every year and every 6 something. Every 6 something. This guy has a kid right in the sun. That guy's fake. He might be sent by Steve. All these people are sent. See how busy it is? Fucking trash truck and everything. I want to get, I don't like my mom living here anymore. It's just too noisy and busy and she's sick, you know. I wish I could just, you know, and this is what angers me because I could have got her out of here a long time ago. So I'm not waiting for people, you know. I can't wait too much longer, you know. And, I can't wait too much longer, you know. For anything. Look how professional. But you know, it's a business. They do good, and most of the time I'll leave. But I don't want to lose my spot because I stay in my car. I'm not going to not stay in my car here. And then plus my mom, I can only hang with her a few minutes at a time because her and I, she's always, it's her. She doesn't, you know, she's very old, was born in the 40s, doesn't talk about anything. But people I can't stand, the people that did us wrong. You know, and she, like, will do it on purpose, but now she's getting dementia. So she really does it on purpose. People with dementia, they remember, they're just ornery. You know, because I'm going to tell you, Philip, my grandma didn't act like that. My dad's mom, she was a Christian, she didn't act like that. She did not fucking act wicked and, you know, as you can see, she loved me. But anyways, yeah, that's wicked to do things like that. But anyways, they do really good this business. But look how close they get to the cars and stuff. I don't like it here. What they should do is sell these two right here and make the one over here an office. Like an office and block people off so they don't park, and they have all this parking. That's what I was going to say. You guys want to buy this? You know, maybe they might want to have their workers live there. You know? Because they travel, they have to go to different facilities. I used to have to do that. Go to different facilities, different counties. Three. You know, so this poor guy, aren't they even tech? Look, he still has to drag that thing. I think in Gardena, I've seen them come out in those cars 24 hours before they come, and they pull it out. And nobody can freaking park right there. They don't care. They pull it out. You say the porta, it's hot. It's really hot. My brothers, they give him water sometimes. If he's on trash day by our house, they give him water. Guys, I'm just having a little boring day. It's a little boring. I'd rather be doing something more useful, but it is what it is. Alright, I just wanted to show you how busy it is in that guy. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.